Thank you, and can I thank Mr. Walsh for his engagement this afternoon. Given your previous incarnation as CEO of Aer Lingus and having spoken earlier with warmth and affinity about Cork Airport, could I ask you, in the context of Cork, where I'm from, in the growing of the business out of Cork, which is still the second busiest airport in the state, even though it has had a 36% decline in its passenger numbers, what ideas or suggestions would this acquisition or merger bring to seeing Cork increasing its passenger number, having growth, and if the bid was successful, how would you implement and follow through on this? Because it's critical that, and I take your point about cargo, and I listen to you about the pharmaceutical industry, and Cork Airport being the capital of the pharma industry in this country would be a suitable location for that. So how would you progress those ideas? And given that up to now, if I could say this to you, and I don't want to be prejudging your answer, IAG haven't capitalised on those opportunities. How can we get a guarantee that that will happen if the merger or acquisition goes ahead? And my final question is, Cork Airport, as you know quite well, is central linked to Heathrow in terms of connectivity. And equally so as Paris and Amsterdam in terms of the flights and connectivity. So how can we, and what can we get a guarantee in terms of Cork from you in terms of this proposal before us?
Mr. Walsh.
Cork, as I said to you, my experience at Cork was great. My experience at Shannon is great. My experience at Dublin is great. I've only been to Knock once, so I can't really comment on it. But Cork to me has always been a vibrant city with a very strong business focus and attitude. And I'm surprised, genuinely surprised, when I see that there's been a decline in traffic at Cork Airport, which contradicts what you see on Heathrow, where there's been a growth in traffic from Cork to Heathrow. And I know from the traffic that we get from Cork over Heathrow, they're going all over the world, and some of it is pharmaceutical related, because we can see the transfers where they go to. So, we'll be looking very carefully at Cork to see, can the loss in traffic be recaptured? I don't know where it's gone to, whether it's the case that Cork people aren't travelling, or whether it's, given. I can remember when it took 2 hours to drive from Shannon to Cork. I don't think it takes 2 hours today. So, with the improvement in the road network, there is more competition.
How would this proposal improve or help Cork Airport? That fundamental question.
What it does is it makes Aer Lingus more efficient, and anything that makes Aer Lingus more efficient makes the possibilities for Aer Lingus operating routes more attractive and potentially more viable. But, we want to grow the business. We don't want to buy a business and shrink it. There'd be absolutely no sense in that. We're paying what I think is a very healthy premium to acquire a business simply because we believe we can grow it. And, our objective will be to grow that and grow that business wherever we can grow it. And if that's in Cork, I'll be delighted. If it's in Shannon, I'll be delighted. If it's in Dublin, I'll be delighted. So I've no bias or preference to one over the other. What is clear is that DAA and Aer Lingus are working together to develop Dublin as a hub and have been very successful. And I think that represents a great opportunity. That doesn't mean we're not looking for opportunities to see Aer Lingus grow at Shannon, Knock, Cork and anywhere else. So what I can say to you is, if Aer Lingus is part of IAG, Aer Lingus will be a more efficient company because it can tap into all of the benefits of the scale that we would give.